Hello everybody and welcome to Getting Wrecked. Today we're going to start a playthrough of They Are Billions, and this is a beta preview of a game. It's more or less a city building game combined with tower defense, combined with survival. So you will have to build a city and protect it against hordes of zombies. It's all taking place in kind of a steampunk environment, and right now there is no campaign, we just have the survival game. So let's start a new one. And we can call our colony... I don't know. Didn't fit, but that's fine. Now, when we start we can choose map terrain. Now, in order to choose these other ones, you have to actually finish the first with 100% score factor. Alright, so we need to complete the first map on normal difficulty, kind of. We can choose how long the game will be. Now if you choose a longer game, it will get easier, and that's because you will have more time to build between the waves. And you can choose how many zombies or infected you will have to fight. We'll keep this at 100. Now we will most likely not make it, but hopefully I can show you some of the mechanics, and it's a really great game in my opinion. I only played it like nothing, so I'm not that good at it, so bear that in mind. So we will start by pausing the game because that's the most important function, because you'll have to think about your every decision, and time is pretty important. So we're going to try to survive 100 days. We start with our command center here. It's more or less just like your Age of Empires town hall or StarCraft equivalent, and it will provide you with some basic resources here. Now, these resources you can see down on the right. So let's take a look. First we have colonists 0. That's because we have no houses. Colonists and workers we get from building houses. Houses will require food, and in order to get food we will need to build stuff like farms, hunter cottages, fisherman huts, stuff like that. Energy production. So all of these are more or less used as requirements for buildings. They're not really resources in the same way as these on the right hand side are. So we have gold, and we will get 193 gold every 8 hours. That's for these resources, you get these every 8 hours. So no, that's good to know. So 3 times a day I guess you will get gold, wood, stone, iron and oil. However, we only have gold right now because we don't have a sawmill, we don't have a quarry, we don't have iron, we don't have oil. We have some stone here we could mine, and we have some forests here. Alright, so that's your mechanics for the base building. So let's take a look at our units.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
So we have 4 units. We have the Rangers and we have the Soldier. Let's start with the Ranger. This is the most basic unit you will have, I think. And you can see that they have some stats. We have armor, they have speed, movement speed that is, attack range, attack damage, attack speed, watch range, workers needed and gold cost. So this is the upkeep. And we take a look at the Soldier. They have 3 armor, they have slower speed, lower attack range, more damage, more attack speed. I think that they have lower watch range as well. And they also cost more money, and they cost some food. They are more expensive in upkeep, but they are much stronger with 3 armor and 120 health, and they will do like 30 DPS, 15 damage, 2 times per second. While these, they do 10 damage every second, so...
Just guide me to the infected.
that's your basic unit. Now they also have some special
Last night was
features here. What's this? Dismiss. That you can, for example, use your rangers to deal with small infected groups because their bows will not make any noise. They will not attract more enemies.
Is everything okay?
While the soldiers do more damage, they will also attract more enemies when they start shooting. Right?
Oh, more orders.
So, I think that's enough right now. But let's do some scouting. And I can actually go with just my rangers first here.
Just tell me what to do.
Because I don't want to attract any attention. The money will tick on here, so I'm not going to bother with that right now. Even if time is of the essence, it's also pretty important that
Yeah.
that's a lot of enemies. Now, they added this, I think, in the patch. So we can see the enemy stats here actually. So we can see they have zero armor and do 6 damage and they are super slow. All these early dudes are kind of crappy. So your rangers will not have a hard time dealing with them. But maybe if there are that many. Right. So this is kind of a different setup,
Gotcha.
map setup earlier. But so when I played before, I always had a lot of water and hills and stuff close by. But what I'm looking for, we have supplies like this that can kickstart you. But most importantly, I'm looking for choke points and resources because we will get attacked slowly over time and also some waves. So being able to block off a section like this with a wall is really useful. So right now scouting is our main objective. Let's try
Is
to...
that all?
If we get the gold here, we might be able to make our first building as well. So here we can click on build. We can build tents. We can build resources, and here we have the sawmill. We also have the quarry, but wood is pretty important in the early game. Or I guess it's always important. I haven't gotten that very far. So you can see that we have a range to build in here, a little bit lighter. Now, if you want to expand, we can go to energy and build a Tesla tower to expand it like that. So the game is all about land grabbing, but also try to stay safe and balancing that.
What's up?
So-
Any infected around?
For example, in the beginning we are kind of fine just using some wood and some stone. So this is an alright position. However, if you want to use farms, we need to go here.
A new task.
So
I hope you're not wasting my time.
well, let's actually build that freaking sawmill. So if we put it close to the forest, we will get more wood than if we put it further away, of course. Now, as you see, it can be quite a difference between, like over here we have 8 wood, over here we have 13, because it's covering more of an forest area. So I guess we could tuck it in here.
Commander,
And we can send our soldier up there,
on your orders.
so he keeps it safe. So when that's completed, it will give us some wood. Now that building did cost us 4 workers, 4 energy and 300 gold. We will need more workers if we want to expand. Means we need buildings or houses. We have the tent, which is super cheap. Incredibly cheap. It will give us 4 colonists and 2 workers. Now, the problem with these is the fact that if the infected reach one of these, they will turn all your civilians into zombies, and they will spread quite fast. Now, we have stone, we have like wood, we have, I think this is oil, We don't have any iron yet, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. But one thing to remember here is the fact that space is kind of a resource as well. Because when we start building, we will end up taking more and more space. So let's put down as many as we could. Now we don't have enough food for more than 4 of these, which means we will need to make a fisherman or hunter cottage. Now we can't reach the water, so it will have to be a hunter cottage. 12 or 16. Well, let's go with 16.
Orders, sir. Perfect.
Right. We can have our soldier patrolling up there.
Yes, tell me.
Our scouting party can go down and get some more gold, I think that is.
Sounds interesting. It could be worse.
There's a little bit too many nasty dudes down here.
Okay, let's.
So let's try to find that iron.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, so we can choose our major now when we have, I think it's when we get a sawmill. Maybe. So choose your major. We can choose between Fausto or Geraldine. We can either get a soldier or 2 rangers. I think this is one of the worst. Starting bonuses I've seen. These are random. Sometimes you get really strong things, sometimes you get weak. I think these 2 are pretty weak. I mean, more soldiers are fine, I guess. Let's get another soldier since we
A new task.
haven't found any iron. So, here you can see the soldier making short work of that dude.
Why? Great.
But we need someone to guard these houses.
Building
Any
completed.
infected around?
So-
Great idea.
So,
No, I'm just kidding.
we can get the bonus now from our major. Kind of interesting that it actually costs workers and food. But I think it's...
Reporting for duty.
might as well get it.
Great idea, sir.
So, we need to find chokes, we need to find iron. So here we have iron again. Or again, this is our first iron.
Building
But it's
completed.
gonna cost you double.
It's really flat land, so
I hope you're not wasting my time.
maybe have a choke down here at least. We could wall off this section and over here. Quite expands though to go all the way down there.
You call that a plan? Aren't there other units to bother?
Can
Is
you
that
guard
all?
this?
So boring. Whatever you say, as long as you pay me.
Now one ranger can deal with these tier 1 enemies quite easily in my opinion, so...
Roger that.
Alright, so let's discuss our options here. We have more food, which means we can build more workers. So always keep a look on the, or an eye out for these resources, which means, for example, if you want to have a wood workshop, that's kind of your research building, we need more workers. If you want to get a quarry, we can actually make it happen already. Get 4 stone. Now stone is not really used that much in the early game, but it is used for building your barracks. We might as well get it going so we can build our barracks someday soon. Which means we will have no workers, more or less, so... which means we will need more tents. I'm putting all my eggs in this basket. And we might want to have the ability to expand with the Tesla tower. And I'm thinking about going up here. We can wall off this section because you can only build your walls. Let's go for this. We might want to grab So here's the deal. I think the easiest way to lose this game is to overextend. But if you need to spend money to make money, you know.
Last night was amazing.
We can press Alt to see the hit points. I think that it usually likes to defend like iron and stuff. This is really flat land. I mean, this map is
Building completed.
quite different from
This better be good. Yes.
all the other ones I've been playing.
Yes, tell me.
Like all the other twos.
Great.
So,
Building
I
completed.
mean, I'm trying to keep her on watch over here. This guy. I guess we might want to.
Attention. Building.
Yeah, I think we need more of an arm here or something because
Tell me. All right. Bring 'em on!
holy crap, that's a lot of people. Or people.
What do you want now?
Yeah, we need to wall off some sections so we can actually start to use our people more effectively. Grabbing one more sawmill might not be a bad idea. And that will put us down to only 3 workers. So I'm trying to build these tents close together and a couple of reasons.
Do you need me? That will be
Let's
easy.
put you on patrol.
You again.
You can patrol
Okay.
that so no one sneaks in between.
Oh, here we go again. Great idea. No, I'm just.
As you can see,
Oh.
we have spread out our forces around this perimeter. And that's it.
Attention. Building
So-
completed.
We need to build this soldier center, which will require quite a lot of workers and I guess money as well.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, so now we have more extended area here. So then we need,
Attention. Building completed.
then we need food. Could just put down a fisherman hut over here, get 11 food. I think we just go for a hunter's lodge. Because I want to put down a wall over here, and not fool around with silly fishermen. We have a nice lake here we could use for food. And we're almost full with wood. And if we don't spend it, we will lose it. So, what we could do is we could make some walls with wood. Now, as you can see, we are going through this pretty quickly. Let's get our soldier up to guard this while we're
Let's
building
go.
it.
Attention.
On your orders.
Building completed.
Now, this is not like your ordinary tower defense where you can build walls and the enemies will go around it. They might just break through it.
Sir,
Building
let's clean
completed.
my weapon.
So, now we have more food. We might want more worker force. Now, the reason why I'm trying to keep these close together is because later in the game I know you get the market, and the market have a coverage area, and if you have houses inside that area they will use less food. I don't know if it's really that necessary, but if we have the chance to at least try to optimize it. I also want to build it nice and good looking, which isn't really, if you want to min-max you would like to try to squeeze them in everywhere, but Since this map is so freaking large anyways, we will grab more and more area.
Waiting on orders.
I'd actually want you to patrol closer to the buildings.
Attention. Building completed.
Tent complete, so what do we need? We need one more worker and a lot more gold. We will not have enough energy. Yeah, we can build one more house, but then... Right, whatever, let's build a freaking house up here. Who cares?
What?
They like to poke your defenses like this. Now, we could build
Attention.
a wooden
Building
tower.
completed.
That will increase the attack range for anyone you put inside that. It can hold 4 units. So it's a decent...
Attention. Building completed.
a decent first defense. I guess we can use it quite late as well. We can put down our barracks. I was going to put it close to our city center. Now, what's the next step? I think food and population is quite important while using the wood to build walls. Now we have this section kind of under control.
Here we go again.
Now you will not get a warning for someone attacking your walls if you don't see anyone there, I think. So if you leave this unguarded, it might break through without us knowing. It's kind of interesting. So I think it's time to wall off. Well, maybe we want to could wall off this section, I guess. Can't build here because we don't have resources, but it's also
What's up? Any infected around?
a little
Is
bit
everything okay?
too close.
For the humans!
A little bit too close to enemies as well.
Right?
So
A new task.
that's a little bit too many for one ranger.
Gotcha.
You can patrol back and forth here and help her out if he needs to. Okay, so we are maxing out on wood, which is not great. We are kind of lacking food, workers, and power. Problem is the power needs workers, and workers needs power. However, we can pause this quarry because we don't need more stones since we already have our trusty barracks, and we don't really need stone for anything else right now. Try to find something that's expensive and also uses a lot of wood. Or it's not expensive but uses a lot of wood. I think I might want to use this gate. Now they shouldn't be able to go through the forest, so this should be safe. So, got the barracks. Can build rangers, 1 worker, 2 food, 2 wood. Soldier requires iron. They also cost
So
They also
Last night
cost
was amazing.
food in upkeep. It's not a big deal really, but... Anyways, we need to make a choice here. If you want to go on a more mobile defense or on a static defense, and I think you will always need static defense in the early game, so... Let's try to seal this.
Aren't there other units to bother? Sounds interesting.
Seal this thing off.
Worse.
Lot of enemies up here.
Any orders?
You might want to put down defense tower there, but at the same time we need the money, I think, for something. I can't remember what we needed it for, but... Oh yeah, we need a mill. We will get a bit too much wood. No, maybe not. Maybe we can build this mill first. Now, I'm not quite sure how this works, but you can place a mill anywhere. However, you can't place another mill close to this mill, so it's kind of a bummer, but whatever. Might want to have a fishing hut there, so let's not build it there. That's fine. Okay, they're attacking our walls. We could press repair all, which is pretty useful button.
Ready and
I don't know if we want that soldier standing up here shooting, because he might attract more attention. I don't know if they spawn from the black or how it works. Oh. Let's grab a couple of huts. And the fisherman's hut. Nice. Too much wood again. We need to seal this off. That's why I built this thing to begin with. You can't build on this where we found the supplies, which is a bit of a bummer.
Attention. Building completed.
Cool. Now, I think what we want to do is focus on the population, because if we get enough population we could 9 food, 12 food, that's not bad. Because if we have enough population we'll get more money, and we can also use the workers as soldiers or rangers.
at your service.
Yeah, it's... You're really fighting against time here. Oops.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Commander? Attack!
Nasty zombies.
Building completed.
Yeah, difficult to balance the wood supply with the gold. So we have been a bit low on gold for a long time here, so
Attention. Building completed.
put down the Tesla tower so we can continue building over here. I might want to get one more ranger. Usually the first wave will arrive at like day 12 maybe, like between 10 and 15 maybe. The game is really gorgeous though, if you zoom in. Why do they rarely do that?
Do you need me?
Leave that guy, thank you. Enemies too close. Let's save that for fishing hut. Well, we have enemy too close there as well. There's a train going.
Ready and waiting. Just tell me what to do.
Yeah, as soon as we get faster zombies and stuff, these defenses are not worth anything.
Yes, tell me. But be quick. My bow and arrows are ready.
Is everything okay? All right.
Ranger trained. Let's have the ranger stand up there. Okay, need to use all this freaking wood. Something like that. That tower over there. That's for the time being. We can always move it later on.
Just guide me to the infected. For the colony!
You clear these guys out. Cool. Let's get one more ranger. Cool.
Oh,
Attention.
Hordes.
Building completed.
Want to clear this out, but oh, that's a lot of dudes.
What do you want now?
Oh, we have someone down here as well.
This better be good. Are you sure?
Sorry, sir.
Bow and
I was
arrows are
cleaning
ready.
my
We
way.
can grab this tower with one of our rangers, and she will see much further, and she can also shoot much further. She will not do more damage, but I mean, she's safer. Alright, actually have a lot of money right now, so you're lacking food. Fisherman. Too close. Another fisherman's hut. Okay, fine. Like a hunter here. You might really want to grab that the tech soon, so you can let's take a look. Wood workshop. Need workers and gold. Because then we could research farms. We don't have any farmland really. Maybe down here. But farms will give you a lot of food. I think what we will do is we will try to focus on getting some kind of army. double wall this up. I don't know if that's a double wall, but now it is. A wall here as well. So there are a couple of technologies we want to get as fast as possible, I think. It's cottages, which is the upgrade for the tents. It's the farm, to grab more food. And it's the market, to sell anything we get more than 50 of, we can sell for money. Well, we can sell it anyways, but...
Attention. Building completed.
Repair all. Let's take a look at some of the other buildings as well. We have the warehouse. This will increase the amount of storage we have, so we can have more than 50 of each. It will also increase the production inside its radius. I think it's 20% increase production. It's pretty expensive though. And then we have the wood workshop to do some researching.
Attention. Building completed.
This is not how I want to make this. Have our, what do we call them? Our houses in the front line.
Waiting on orders. Great idea, sir.
Attention. Building completed.
Oh yeah. Let's grab a couple of rangers.
Other units to bother?
Look at this sneaky bastard. As you might notice, the rate is a little bit increasing a little bit.
You again? What?
Day 7. I don't like this.
Arrows are ready.
This open in our defenses opening. Oh yeah, let's try to wall this off, and then I guess we go around the stone.
My bow and arrows are ready.
So the game is pretty slow in the beginning like this, but it will pick up pace pretty soon. We can build our workshop, do the research. Might want to have a warehouse here. Since we have sawmill. Yeah, so I think we want to have that over here. If you pause when you build stuff, you can refund them or nothing. I want to have some more space in front of my barracks. That's why I'm cancelling that thing.
Attention. Building completed.
Complete that thing. Sure can. Not enough resources. We actually don't have enough wood. That's because we built this thing, I guess.
Here we go again. So tired.
So let's make these two our new strike force. That's not much of a strike force, but we want to clear out so we can build this defenses. Kind of missed Missed the mountain here. I guess that's fine. Can pause our
Whatever you say, as long as you pay me.
Okay. And we are connected on there.
You are gonna pay
So,
me for this, right?
You might think that, well, the warehouse is
No, I'm just kidding.
waste. However, I think it's pretty important to have more in storage so you can do expansions much faster.
Order, you pay.
We do have a lot of money, not so much wood though. So we might want to... we can actually use the money to research stuff when this thing is done.
What's up? Any infected around? I hope you're not wasting my
Let's use our strike force to do some scouting.
Okay, but it's gonna cost you double.
Attention. Building completed.
Gotcha.
Okay, so let's pause the game for a bit. So here's the research we have. We have Tech Lookout Tower, a nameless lookout tower building. You can see 24 tiles from one of these. Okay. Stakes trap. Oh, thank you for saving. Such stakes trap that will cause damage to the nearby enemies until it is destroyed. Cottages, medium level dwelling, so it's an upgrade for tents. Farms, build on grass to generate food. I think you get colonists as well, it looks like that. Right, then we have research the market, so this is the thing that will lower the food for your dwellings. It will also sell anything, get too much wood, it will sell it. Stone workshop, that's the next research center, I guess. Snipers. You actually see the stats here, 100 damage and 8 range. Oh. They do a lot of damage, but not very often. And ballista, so that's a defense tower. Pretty useful, I think. I haven't never built it. So, what do we need the most? Well, if we research cottages, we can upgrade the tents. Cottages costs quite a lot more than tents, but they also take less space. So, in this case, we actually have a lot of space. So, I don't really mind building tents that much. So, let's actually go for a farm, because I feel like I have a hard time finding food right now. And farms gives a lot of food. We don't have this grass though, which is a bit of a bummer. Can we build some power maybe? So, we can't build the power. Buildings of this type must be separated by 4 cells at least. So, you need to spread out the power just for the sake of it. It's a bit weird, but whatever. Doesn't really matter. Okay, nice. Let's grab tower down there. That tower is going to have to be replaced soon. And 1 square without power here as well, which is a little bit silly.
Attention. Building completed.
Cool. Still researching farms.
Attention. Building completed.
Like that. I mean, he can reach over the walls, but we will most likely want to replace that pretty soon. Oops.
Attention. Technology research finished.
Oh, farms. So, 40 food. Like we can't put it on. Well, we can put it on the stone, but it doesn't give us any food. I think this 62 is the most we can get. Take a lot of space, that's one issue. Research the cottage. Yeah, let's research the cottage so we can upgrade buildings when we are not in a position to expand. And the reason why I'm not expanding is because I'm waiting for the first wave, kind of. And I want to have a fortified position. Right.
Attention. Building completed.
One time I saw a major that would give you increased power radius. That seems like a really strong ability.
Attention. Building completed.
Sure, you might argue that, well, if you want to have... You can just build one more of these to expand. But if you want to expand fast, it's not really true.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, I think we need to grab a couple of rangers now.
Yes, tell me. But be quick.
You can see these guys are getting a little bit too close for comfort.
Tell me.
And have her change tower. Looks
My bow and
decent.
arrows are ready.
It all depends on which direction these hordes will come. You could research the market, but when I did that last time, I realized that we need 200 colonists in order to build it, so it's not really going to be useful quite yet.
My bow and arrows are ready.
Well, I guess... No, yeah, we cannot build it, but otherwise... Let's take a look at the warehouse. Need 8 workers. Well... Let's continue with our zombie trap down here. That. Double walls is the way to go, I think. Pretty useful.
Oh, more orders. Roger that.
Oh, you guys are kind of outside of my
Okay, let's
zone
do
here.
it.
I have a all the way up there we can go in.
My bow and arrows are ready.
That's a lot of buildings. Need some wood and then we can get our warehouse.
I'm sure.
Alright, let's run. Run, forest. That's a lot of zombies.
Okay. This
So-
better be good.
We
So
can make
Last
our
night was amazing. You again? What's up?
strike force a little bit larger, I think.
A new task. What do you want now? Yes.
I don't know if these guard towers are really that useful. So now when we're getting full here, we could just upgrade one of these. We could start with the ones that's... I don't know if we want to start with the ones that's closest. I guess it gives them extra defense. Well, let's start with these. Upgrade as many as you can. I think they got a bit irritating when we ran past them.
Yes, tell me. But be quick.
Attention. Building completed.
We have 50 hit points instead of 15, which is quite a lot more, but it's not really that much.
You are good at reading things, right? Sounds interesting. It could be worse.
Right. So we were supposed to build a freaking warehouse, but that requires quite a lot of wood, yeah. Indeed. Problem with building in this diagonal is the fact that we can't really make another.
Oh, here we go again.
Oh, there we go. Zombie swarm. Sworn? What? Swarm. Detected near the colony from the east. That's good because we actually have decent protection there. We might want to reinforce this section though.
Aren't there other units to bother?
Have you deal with these and then we will
You hold that, the plan.
bring you over here to this location.
So tired. Last night was amazing.
And we will actually grab another tower. So all our wood got removed there while because we built all these towers.
Oh, more orders. Oh, here we go again. You again. What's
Let's bring her up
Anyone
here.
wanted around?
Take some repairing. Have we been able to reach this thing?
My bow and arrows are ready.
Maybe. Let's get a wall there. Oh! I have been sleeping.
You're good at reading things,
They're actually coming up here.
better be good.
Any orders?
Right.
Here we go.
A new task. What?
The first horde is not really that big of a deal. You can see the skull on the map, but I didn't really pay attention. But this is why you make it 2 walls deep, because even these basic infected will go through.
What do you want?
Oh, so okay, here's the early game killer, the one that got me last time. It's these dudes, the infected executive. Fortunately, they are very tough. So they have 80 hit points instead of 35. They have 1 armor instead of 0. They have movement speed that is like That 4 times higher, 5 times higher. Twice the damage, more than twice the damage.
Yes, tell me. Be quick.
So that's when you will start having trouble, I think. If
So
you
tired.
just use rangers,
Tonight was amazing.
they usually don't have enough firepower to deal with a large number of executives.
Yeah.
Right, I think we survived.
What's up? Any infected around? Roger that.
But already they are attacking more and more frequently. But yeah, we did survive the first wave. So now we will have some time for respite. And I think the goal for the next episode will be to go and grab some kind of iron. Might want to use this farmland as well. And upgrade into cottages. As you can see, they are twice as good. They do require more energy though than twice of a tent. So. Anyways, thank you for watching this episode. Hopefully I will see you again in the next one. Like I said, we will try to find some iron, make more of a stronger task force to clear out and grab some more land here. A really weird map, so open. For good and for bad, like not a place to put down houses, but it's also a lot of area to defend. This is more like it. You usually have these choke points, not like this. Now if you stretch out further we might find another choke point like over here. But still really difficult to grab all this. I don't know if the enemy gets more aggressive when you grab more area either, but anyways, thank you guys for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.